What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Dark Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. So I had this headache, just thinking, one, this week I'm going to be taking the dividends, putting it into my bank account versus reinvesting. You start the new job, you wait for the paychecks, and I thought at the start of the month that I would need to do that, but I'm okay right now. But I got to do it now. So for this week, next week actually, I had to look into a few things and make decisions on my dividend portfolio. Am I getting good enough distribution for high yield? Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I buy, sell? Should I sell something into a new ETF and another ETF and then rebuy it, given the circumstances? And I actually did that. So I had to do a little bit of an evaluation, and I'm going to be rebuying this. I really like the distribution on this one. And it has high yield, and it's way better than some of the yield max ETFs. So I feel good about this move. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Smash that like button. Let's check out this move for my high yield dividend investing strategy right now. And no, it's not TSLY. So just making it clear, it's not TSLY. But I did own them at a certain point when Tesla was doing extremely well. And it gave me good distributions. But you saw the split that happened, and it's on a probable collision course again for another split, just like Misty and Alti. Misty is in damage control at 1283. And I got a better bang for my buck with this ETF. The ETF that I'm going to be selling is, I will be selling and rebuying TSLP, the Kurv Yield Premium Strategy Tesla TSLA ETF. I really like this one. I think it has good distribution, but it was just the right time to sell and go into another ETF. But I'm going to go over TSLP, why I really like them. Never had a reverse split either. So that's one positive with TSLP. And I'm going to jump to it. Pretty good distribution rate at 22.41%. So it's a single name exposure. Now we do have an expense ratio of 1.15%. It's growth with income and tax efficiency. So it captures tax efficient income using options-based strategies and actively managing risk with options. So again, this is an individual stock that it focuses on. So here's the growth of $10,000. This is reflecting a reinvestment of dividends and capital gain. So we have to be aware of that. So here's the distributions. It's in the 50s and 30s. That's a monthly distribution. That's nothing too exciting. But again, it has a purpose. Per the fund's recent notice, the estimated per share composition includes a return of capital approximately 99%. Well, I'll take a little bit of the income since I sold it. So that's one thing that I have to realize what I'm doing is worry about the taxes, but the distribution has gone down a little bit. So you see right here, the holdings, now it's better than TSLY. It has not done any reverse splits. So that's one thing that's promising with TSLP. But I sold it for this. And again, I'm putting more into the Yield Max Semiconductor Portfolio Option Income ETF. I'll show you how many shares that I'm going to be selling and putting into CHPY. Now, CHPY has actual holdings. It's in a select portfolio of semiconductor companies. So this is a little bit different. So if the semiconductors do well, it does well. So it's very specific. So we need to look into that. So yes, you have to watch the distribution rate. It is a little bit higher. The Semiconductor Portfolio Option Income ETF is an actively managed ETF to generate current income and capital appreciation through a focused portfolio of approximately 50 to 30 publicly traded semiconductor companies. So we have that. That's one thing that's very nice. So the recent distribution was a 59.60% estimated return of capital and 40.40% income. Now, its performance has done extremely well. It has weekly income potential, it's a diversified portfolio, and it has growth opportunity. All three of those are bonuses. And again, the distributions, return on capital, have been pretty good recently, so that's nice. And again, you have a NAV that is good, and it has, look at the top 10 holdings. So you have NVIDIA, which is up there, AMD, Lam Research, Broadcom, Astera Labs, Marvell Technology, Intel, United Microchips Corp, Micron Technology, and ACM Research. So we have some pretty good holdings inside of it. Now, NVIDIA hasn't been up recently. NVIDIA appears to be a buy. So here's what I did. So I'm going to be selling $9,276.20 of TSLP and throw it into CHPY. So that's a pretty good amount of shares right there with CHPY that I'll be getting. So if you calculate things, so the estimation would be around 116.52 shares that I'll be getting, plus 679 shares that I have, which would get me at 796.51 shares. So the distribution rate, again, the most recent was 62 cents. So the estimated weekly payment would be around $500, around, okay? So again, we got to be careful with the 40.76% distribution, which is different, okay? And you got to be careful because you got to hope the semiconductors do well, or else you're going to be in trouble with a high distribution like that. Look at LFGY taking a hit. The only difference is, crypto's not getting smoked. Many sources have said, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that people actually sold their Bitcoin for the semiconductor stocks. So there's some serious potential with CHPY. So I'm getting around 500 a week. So I'm saying to myself, okay, payments are going through. Remember, I took a little bit of a break for this new job, and I absolutely love this new job. This is amazing. It's great. I mean, I love the residents that I work with, the facility, the staff is very good. It was a no-brainer. So I'm getting around 500 a week. And again, remember, I'm still buying shares of CHPY. So hopefully that'll compound. And yes, it was up a little bit. Soxy's down, and then I get Eggy and Soxy. So I'm going to take the income for this week from things like CHPY and start building up this dividend portfolio even more. I need the money right now. It's just better, safer, more conservative. I just need a little bit in my bank account. So this week will probably be my dividends. And then next week I'll worry about the other stuff. So might be a week and a half of dividends. So just want to make sure my bank account's good and happy. And first paycheck will be coming in soon. But they're excited with the semiconductor field. And what I'm thinking about doing each week is maybe $100 that I get from my dividend portfolio, throw it into my growth portfolio. $100 from my dividend portfolio that I earn weekly pretty soon, throw it into the growth portfolio. So that way I'm building up my dividend portfolio and I'm building up my growth portfolio. So that's one thing that I have strongly in mind, because with my growth portfolio, at one point I was up a lot with stocks, so hopefully it goes back up, but I have Nvidia, I have Broadcom, Micron, ASML, Taiwan Semiconductors, Google, FTech, DRAM, QQQM, Amazon, have a little bit of TQQQ and UPRO for play money. Again, Soxel and that stuff, you can get burned, so you have to be very careful with those investments. Remember, it's a ×3 leverage. So if semiconductors go up by 1%, that goes up 3%. So got to be really careful with that. And you got to stomach your losses. I can take a loss. I'm up pretty good, 161.42% just starting this growth portfolio. So that money is going to start going into this very soon, $100 a week, hopefully. That way I don't have to take money out of my account, and I can start loading this up, and I can start distributing my money into like Bitcoin and some other stuff, maybe some dividend stocks, but I want to just start building up my bank account. And then maybe I can start throwing things in Fundrise. So that's what I can start doing with this distribution each week, is throw it into this, throw it into this, throw it into this. Got to max out my IRA, got to do this. So it's good to have, it's a beautiful headache right now. And again, the 5-year plan that I did, I started this in 2022 technically with travel nursing. That's what turbocharged my dividend portfolio, and that's what made things really a game changer. So if you're new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so don't miss future videos. I will have a video for you tomorrow, and I will be live on YouTube. So I just want to let you guys know that. So I'll be live with one of my Canadian buddies at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So you guys take care and have a good one. And again, I have a disclaimer in the beginning of the video. Don't buy things because I buy things. Have a great Saturday.